Hello there, greetings. Alright, for tonight's connection, I don't know about any of you out there, but some of us are feeling not normal, but not to say there's any version of normal, but feeling like you're going through some kind of change. Yeah. I got a message on that somebody's going through, like, I'm not feeling like I'm myself anymore. That's somebody else saying that. I don't feel that way either. I don't feel, it's slow, but it's like going through this like out of body transition of into somebody else, or more galactically aware, whatever it might be. It's it's not, well, it's aggravating, but it's just growth. It's weird. And that brought us to tonight's topic of Martian connections to this Earth. These are channeled messages. You can take it with a grain of salt, whatever you want to do. It's information. That's the thing. Same thing with funny, a helicopter just started up. Great. Love it. On its way over here. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but oh yeah, the law of one. Well, it's information, at least. I mean, some people might agree with it, might disagree, whatever it is, but it's information. That's better than nothing. So you take it or leave it. It's all, you know, black helicopters. Just as soon as I go live, here they are. I'm not sure that's a plane or a helicopter. Doesn't matter. What a pain. Okay. Alright. So, Mars and what I'm getting at least. Yeah, I haven't had any time to do any text channeling. I'm still answering questions. I'm at like Sunday right now, so you submit a question. I'm not talking about Sunday. Was a couple days ago. I mean Sunday before that. So I'm about a little bit over a week, over almost 10 days late, something like that, maybe less. Anyway, I'm catching up slowly. It's getting there. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, because the weekend was not easy, and I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still going through some weird, whatever it is, transition of some kind. I'm not giving any details, but either way. Now, as for Mars, what I got, I'll go into more whatever I receive, is when the Martians came here during Atlantis times, they just, you know, almost wiped us out altogether. You think reptilians are bad, or Anunnaki, but the Martians were just as bad or worse, from what I'm getting. The Martians were, there weren't that many of them, but there was enough. So they became our captures, our leaders, basically. A lot of our wars, you can probably pick up Martian energies throughout the past and even in the present. Now it feels more reptilian, placed around our military, but definitely in the past feels very Martian, a god of war, obviously. From what I got is that they put us to sleep. Also, it didn't go well. I'll have to do a channel and text on this, but this is technically what it would be in some shape or form. I haven't had a whole lot of time for anything, but what I received on this was, when our world was taken over, they didn't just hit us, I mean spiritually they hit us, you know, to build this matrix for us, basically. And it put us in this like cocoon. And so that's where I'm saying, like, our spirit world is kind of being ran by, you know, like the Illuminati, basically. Always a version of it is like like I said, I believe most people transition into spirit with no problem. And there are others that they just screw around with. It's like if you're not, there's something there that they're looking for, or you want to explore more, or whatever it is. Trust me, they'd be happy to pull you into their web. So it's like a line around the earth where the Illuminati, I know, some are like, what are you talking about? Well, that's, I mean, they're here, they're just not seen. And they do work in the spirit realms. They have to. How else can they, how can you hold over a world? Yeah, they say it's a few people. But there's also another wearer that not many. People are looking for research and going to textbooks and finding nothing. Because you can't find it there. Well, I guess you can. But it's kind of cryptic from what it seems. But it feels like, yeah, no, the positive Illuminati, you could say, are the angels. I mean, if you want to label it, you don't have to label it, but they're connected to the more positive Illuminati energies. You don't have to label it all if you don't want to. I don't blame you. It sounds kind of stupid, but we gotta put labels on something. We gotta figure all this out. But from what I felt is when Atlantis went into destroyed itself, our matrix was built for us, along with everything else. It's like the world became more dense. You can probably hear that from some other places. It became more just what we have today, basically. I believe it was a lot lighter back then, during the time of the pyramids, but then things started getting more and more dense, as it is right now. So, as the Atlantean, the fourth dimension energies became more and more diminishing. It took a while for that. It's not something that happened instantly. I believe the Martians had a big role, and of course, there's not much history of any Mars being or anything. It's like, screw that, they don't need to know. And also, it's like, we're going to keep, what the message I got during this is, I was at work, I was waiting to go into a job, actually, and it just all of a sudden it just started coming in. So, at least for information, I wasn't looking for it, I just felt Martian energies, but the way I saw what the Martians were doing, it's like they're going to keep us asleep until we awaken. Until, they're going to put our heads underwater and make us drown until we awaken. Which makes a lot of sense. So it's like they're going to beat the crap out of us. All of them are. They have full reign here. They change timelines so they can take control of us. It's a game. A lot of ways. But basically, as people awaken, now we're going in the time of more awakening, more disclosure. I believe a lot of people here are being more activated than they were before. They feel strange. You feel like you're not yourself anymore. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but yeah, there's been stages of it, and more will continue as we get closer to the disclosure time period. When that occurs, once again, who knows? It does feel like this year something's going to occur. Something. But who knows? It feels like people are still not ready to a certain degree, but something's going to occur of some sort. So, I don't know, whatever. Something's going to happen. From what I feel is, it's basically, it's like the Knights Templar are being reactivated, but for the positive this time, instead of the negative. So maybe those that are being activated this time were part of the Knights Templar in the past. And that just came out of nowhere. It's like, what are you talking about? So I guess you'll know who you are. There's different generations of the Knights Templar also. Meaning that what I'm getting also is that magicians here in the past have done a lot of dark stuff, but then you come back into an incarnation to do a lot to bring in light. Not to say everybody is involved with this part of it, but some are. So, I guess I have some connection to that in some cases. From what I'm gathering. Yeah, apparently I did. So, yeah, because I did connect to a past life. I haven't mentioned this one. Ages ago. It was a reptilian lifetime. I was putting the world into darkness. I don't remember it. It was just, I'm not sure what entailed in that, but it was after Atlantis. It was some, I guess, I don't know if everybody has a connection to that, but many do. It's like, it's like if people want to be asleep, we're going to put them to sleep. Something like that. Looking at it that way. So, you don't have to look, I mean, look at it however you want to look at it. So, I guess I do have a connection to Knights Templar. I didn't know that. Well, it's okay. That's nice. And now we're going into more of Awakening, so we're kind of doing our stuff in Astral. We're turning into something weird. I don't know what's happening to me, but I feel like I'm turning into Corey Good to a certain degree, because I'm getting a little more details of what's going on. Not a whole lot, but as we go forward, you will see. I got some of the glimpses of that recently. I was answering questions. I saw something there that I have not seen myself before. Connected to stuff I've never connected to before. So I guess I got an opening there. So we'll see how things go. So yeah, but as for the Martian connections here, yeah, they're quiet. They're quiet. They're a part of the Cabal. There's like a wizardry type of part of the Martian energies that went more into the Cabal vibrations that cause a lot of our darkness. So you wonder why there's like this coating around the Earth, why it's so dense. It has a lot to do with Martians, Archons, Reptilians. Everybody's kind of just all meshed into one energy field, causing to keep us shut down. Yeah, it's probably more. Insectoid is probably countless other things out there. I can't, you know, if you can connect with it, it's probably there. If you can see something that I'm not talking about and you feel it's part of this, it probably is. So let's put it that way. It's hard to keep track of every single thing out there. So yeah, it's like aware of denseness. Well, they wanted to keep us. They wanted to keep us shut down. I mean, they're allowed to do it. Because the Atlanteans kind of broke you can say in a lot of ways they broke a rule of, you know, they gave up on themselves. They became, you know, of darkness. And so they destroyed themselves. So their vibrations lost energy, and they just, not all the world was at a low energy at that time, but big portions of it were. And eventually everything kind of plummeted. I will also say around that time, even that's when Mars has always been like a secret space program forever. That was the other thing that came through. That's right. You're going to love this. And yeah, you're going to love this. I should write this one down actually. The other thing was, what the Martians looked at this world, because theirs was destroyed at that time. I don't know exactly the details of it, but when they came here to do their plummeting and whatever it is, their world was not habitable anymore. And they came to us and say, why, you know, they're trying to kind of do the same thing here. It's like, we're just going to just wipe this world out. And they couldn't do it. I think they were trying to destroy it. And they figured, it's like, this isn't fair. It's like, our world got destroyed. Why can't this one be? It's like, that's not fair. It's like, why didn't you protect us? You know? So, it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's like Lyra in some cases. What happened to Mars in some cases. Actually, well, it was only, from what I got, it was only a small group of Martians that caused a lot of difficulties for Mars itself, but it was, it was inevitable. There's different versions of it people connect to, but anyway. So a lot of the Martians felt very kind of just disgusted by humanity, you know, or us, because they couldn't wipe this planet out. So like, eventually they got to the point that they couldn't take over it fully. I mean, they could influence it, but they wanted to, from what it feels like colonize it and take over it altogether. I don't think they're allowed to do that due to war. And so they're just like, okay, we'll just destroy your world and then screw it. And what they couldn't do it. They kept getting defeated, so that's at least what I'm getting from it. So there's a Martian connection here. So the secret space programs been always going on, from what I gather. Now others might say, oh, it happened in the 50s or whatever. There's always been a Martian presence here from the very beginning. Now, did many of them die out? I don't know. And I don't think so. It's just not as strong as it used to be. It's not what it used to be. I still think it has a presence here of some kind. throughout the wars in humanity, it feels like it's all war, Martian, war, war. They're just, you know, a lot of it, they're just different agendas for why there's so much war on this world. Just, yeah, different agendas trying to win, and it's just mind control, all kinds of stuff. They're going, I don't know, I'm not getting a whole lot on that, but anyway, I thought that was pretty fascinating. Yeah, ouch. Ouch. Yeah, because I felt that Martians, they're pretty powerful. And they're just crippled this Earth. They just had no problem with it. Just give it a bunch of earthquakes, it would just really just go into this Earth's core, just goodbye. Something like that. Either way, I felt like they wanted to destroy it. Not all of them, but a small group. They don't tend to take much. So, there was a lot of alien wars, of course, during that time. And so, you know, I believe a lot of Anunnaki had a lot to do with the humans being downgraded to what we are today. But the Martians played a big role in keeping us occupied. And I believe a lot of the races, reptilians, Zetas, and whoever, who can rule us. So they say that's what's going on in the Illuminati. They're kind of like the Greek gods. They're just screwing around with us. We're just a bunch of ants, basically. You know, what do we do with this? And, you know, different agendas, different whatever it might be that's going on. So yeah, the Martian energies are usually very quiet here, but yet their influence is everywhere. How humans are very, divided has a lot to do with I believe it has to do with the Martian energies too. Because the more divided we are, the less we can heal the Earth, right? And also this dense energy around the Earth. It's another reason why we have, yeah, the Archon and whatever it is, why we have so much problems opening up. So the other thing I believe a lot of the Martian has to do with why it's so hard to open up spiritually. It has a lot to do with the Martians too. It has Anunnaki, it has Reptilian. I believe Martian plays a big role in it too. It's just they're so quiet about it. They're just not there's not much evidence of them being here, probably not. I haven't gone that far into it, but I'm just going by what I'm picking up on. So it's information, take it or leave it, whatever you want to do with it, or nothing to do with it. I figure I put that out there because there's a puzzle here, obviously, but we're putting the pieces together. That's what everyone's trying to figure out, what the story is. But I believe they play a big role, like was it Rome, Greece? That's all Martian energies. The Middle Ages, Martian. But it seems like in our modern times, it's less Martian, more reptilian. But it doesn't mean their influences have left. The Martian influence is still here in some shape or form. Now, Elon Musk wanting to go to Mars is still very bizarre. I haven't been given the full detail. I think he's part of the cabal, actually, when I'm thinking about it more. Now I'm picking up on I'm not sure if he's aware of it, but it does feel like there's some kind of agenda he's signed up for of some kind that he might not be aware of. Like he doesn't go to secret meetings or something like that, but he's here to play a role in the cabal connection there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's all dark. It's just that it's hidden, whatever it is. So yeah, think of it another way. Yeah, I'm really going out of the field with all of this, so I'm not sure we can get this anywhere else. I have no idea. But you know, like with the Illuminati energies, they're connected to the Earth. You know, they put in people here to play a role. Bill Gates is one. You can say Steve Jobs is part of another. Groups like Bill Gates, cabal. Steve Jobs, not so much, but still kind of shaky on that one. Elon Musk, for example, kind of in the middle of it, but still part of the game, the main game. So those are just examples. of eventually we'll get more data, but we'll just go with what we got. We'll just use that as for example. So if they got power to do this type of stuff, you know, they have, you know, like with Obama, that was prep. That was, I mean, it's like if you have power to put in somebody like that has a lot of Egyptian energies around him, it was very strange. And there's another thing with Nicolas Cage. They say he goes back in the past and says somebody looks just like him. You have all this weird. It's like if they have power to do this, yeah. But it does not mean we can't have our. I believe we're getting our power back, and that's why they're allowing more of this to come through, little by little. It's like, what can you handle? I mean, just that is like, it's like they're part of our basically our spirit world, basically. You know, and that so like we go basically to the Illuminati other side of this world and say, yeah, I want to incarnate on your world, and oh yeah, sure, good luck with that. It's like, sure, we'll take any sucker we can get. But you'll have to be in the slave division though. Something like that. But there's a positive and there's a negative, and the negative, obviously, you see it. We do see them before we come in here too. So if they're sitting on a throne looking all scary, I doubt that, but you know, here to kick your ass basically if you come in here. So something around those lines. I know it sounds like it's entertainment, but not really. I mean, you gotta figure this out somehow. I mean, none of this makes any sense when you think about it. So when you look at it from a different perspective, it's like, yeah, that would make, yeah, that's messed up. We knew what we were getting into before you come here. So you come in, basically, yeah, we come into this world to awaken it. We come here, we forget everything to awaken it within. And obviously, that's not always the most popular thing. Whatever it might be, you know, doing the best you can. Some people might not believe it. Some people do this version, that version, whatever it is. You know, Kermit the Frog is Jesus, and somewhere in the Mandela effect. Who knows? I'm not sure if we're ready for that. Imagine there's realities where that does exist. So, you know, just to give you, you know, we're going by what we can handle right now. And right there, that's a handful right there. So maybe I'm just still slow on all this, but I'm seeing, at least that's what they're allowing me to see. So, so that they governed, yeah, obviously they're governing this world energy, spiritual energy, once again, but many are not really connected to for as part of the game. The majority are probably not going to connect to it. Well, they choose it, whatever it might be. It's not easy to snap out of it. But we're here to snap out of it. So when the aliens do appear, and they will, when enough of us are ready to do whatever mission we're here to do, to just go with the flow, basically. Do your thing, do whatever you're here to do from what it feels like. Just, yeah, secret space program is different versions of it. Basically is to keep us, you know, locked down as we are, and we're here to yeah, they're basically here to brainwash us. Basically a secret space program. Yeah, they're probably flying around wherever, but they're also keeping us, you know, knocked out, basically. And so when we awakened it, well, I don't want a war. I don't think there will be one, but you never know. I mean, some souls are going to just freak out, so who knows. But as for disclosure energies, we're coming up to something. Let's put it that way. I don't know what it is. Just enjoy it. It's whatever it might be. I don't think it's going to be negative, but I don't know what's, yeah, we're going to get like information to open us all, everybody up on the world, then we'll go back to sleep again. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know. They're not giving me, obviously, for good reason. Yeah, they're not giving me a whole lot. I just know that these heavy energies are around. It's like, it was in my mind. So, there are other disclosure channels also out there I've seen after my relevant. Some of it's a little bit more 3D for people to understand. This is more spiritual, and most people go like, yeah, right. But good reason. So the 3D version of it's probably more digestible, going through the government and going through aliens to be talking through radio or something. I've never heard. It's like, okay, whatever. As for what's going to occur, there will be here physically eventually. How they're going to do it, I think it's better. I mean, we do know, we just don't remember. I think we all went through that briefing, or some of us have been through it. So yeah, things are going to heighten up. Definitely it does feel like in the next couple of months something's going to fire up. So the Martian connections are very interesting. Also, I'm seeing Yeshua there too at one time, but then that went away. So at least at one time, maybe incarnation there in the past, not really being very clear. But as for full disclosure, like of our minds being open, well, that's part of the lessons, part of the test. So we just sort of go about it the best we can. Now, they're giving me some more information here. Takes with a grain of salt. I don't know what they're showing, like with what is it? Some of the jumpsuits some of the aliens are wearing. It helps heighten their abilities too, from what I'm gathering. And also, I am seeing a belt, but I'm not sure if they touch it or not. That has like it does things. So I did remember hearing about reptilians that do something big, like Batman hit a button and he disappeared and stuff like that. I'm seeing around at least the Pleiadians, they have like a front butt buckle they can touch that does certain effects. So I am seeing that. So I don't normally see stuff like that. So I guess, I mean, I'm turning into somebody else. So that wasn't usually just. Like when I go to the theme parks, wherever, I just to let the beings come in and say whatever they're gonna say, whatever it is. And they don't really say a whole lot, but it doesn't really matter because they have their purpose behind everything. So it's like, hey, look, we're here, and whatever it is, just to show that we're here, and we can't disclose anything right now, but how you doing? So that has a lot to do with future longevity of that. So yeah, I'm not sure how this is like. Maybe it'll be only a few of us to see this disclosure, and the rest of the world will be like, hey, we're just still living in La La Land. Maybe that's what it's going to be. I don't know. Maybe it'll be only a few that will see it, and the rest of the world will stay asleep. And the few that do see it will upgrade. I don't know. Maybe it's more like that. And then you just disappear. Or maybe a timeline's like you never existed. Or whatever it is, or he existed and all of a sudden he disappear, and I don't know how that works. I don't know. I will just have to see. I know it sounds kind of out there, but so is there as well. The third dimension can only last so long. I mean, it's got to hit a point where more of what's happening out there in the universe has got to start showing itself here eventually. So humanity doesn't seem like it's really going anywhere. It doesn't really feel like it's transitioning to anything. Not really. It's kind of like it's like Groundhog Day. It's like we are evolving, but it's kind of the same old, same old. And it's that way for a reason. So there's no big event. There's no big event going on. Not really. Well, not yet. So. That calm before transition. So it's hard to say where things are going. They're obviously going to give different versions of it. I believe many of us are aware of what's going to happen. We're just getting Peanuts version of it, a little bit breadcrumbs of what's to occur. I'm probably beating that wall too much to get any information out of it. It's been a long day. I was going to answer more questions than that, but all of a sudden my energy just dried right out. So I'm feeling a little bit better, but still feeling kind of meh. I'm feeling a lot better than I did this weekend. This weekend I just felt like a brick. So anyway, all right. That's all I got at the moment. I'll try to go into more disclosure stuff later on. So yeah, it's kind of a short segment. I'll try to do a little bit more tomorrow. We'll see. I'm kind of giving channeling a little bit of a break. Did one yesterday. I'm going through some stuff, man. I can't be the only one. It's like, what the fuck? I don't want to know. Just, it's weird. It's just, there's just more going on I'm not seeing anything, but I can feel there's just a lot of shifting going on. Let's put it that way. So, all right, blessings everyone. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow, and maybe try a longer segment, or do what we can. So, oh, that's right, I forgot about this. This is IvansTower.com. We have private sessions throughout the week. If you're interested, I have Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Skype conversations also. Also have Spirit Socials. I have submitted a question here, and we have Spiritual Connections for other healers. Definitely recommend. I also have the Jake cartoon world here. Definitely recommend that. And we also have the social network. And we have the Jake cartoon once again. And one thing about the Patreon, though, is another way to join the webinar if you want to go that way. If you're interested, if not, that's fine too. And that's about it. Thank you for your support, everyone. Yeah, it's a weird time. It's going to get more stranger as we go forward. We are probably building up to an event that we might not obviously see coming, but I don't think it's going to be a financial event. Eventually it will be, but first there'll be other. Yeah, we're coming to an event that we're not going to see coming. Let's put it that way. Alien event, but even, I don't know. Just we're going to something. So, alright, take care, everyone.